Good morning. Um, so I was wrestling between a few different options. I did like MTSL. I could have had an opportunity to enter somewhere around here or here in the 770s, 760s. I looked at the daily chart. I was like, okay, it's like a doji, I don't know, doji day one or doji red candle, whatever the hell it's called. We got 80 million volume resistance, but it is a 52-week breakout and it is a low float. And the borrow fees on trade zero were 35 bucks, so I said no. I also liked Carve, but for MTSL, it was red projected to $4. I was like, okay, I like that it's on Oracle, right? Now, when I'm looking for Carve, I don't see anything, so I kind of have to make my own plan. And I'm looking at NEGG, and I don't see anything, so I have to make my own plan. So I was looking at the daily chart. I was like, okay, this one's the micro flow, which I totally forgot about. Um, all right, so it's kind of collapsing from like 23 to 19. I liked NEG because there was more to fall. Um, so right here, when we kind of broke this 44.30 level, the next stop on the train is 29. Um, and I don't consider myself to be a greedy person. So I just took a little chunk of the move. I ended up leaving money on the table. So you can see here pre-market from Friday, right? Because it's Monday, it was like 47. So we kind of started off below all of that today. Um, I came to the market around 940-ish, I want to say. So I was like, okay, this is the high. I was looking at some other stuff. I decided to go with NEG, and I was worried about like I was like, have I lost my mojo? Have what if I have a loss? I actually wanted to take 100 shares on this, but I was like, what if you size up and then it blows past your risk and now you're losing more? So I decided to stick with 50 because the point where I was getting in, I wanted to feel comfortable. So I got in here. First of all, the borrow fees on Carve were like 20 something, I think. 25 maybe, and on NEG it was 1470. So I liked that the borrow fees were cheaper. Now IB sent me a message that NEG now had borrows on IB, but I don't have a day trade on IB. So I go over to Trade Zero. So I noticed these lines forming, right? This bottom, this bottom, okay. This was actually my risk 45.18 pretty much. That was my risk. Why? Because it was the bottom. This is like where support was and where it cracked. This is resistance. This is the ideal spot to get in because this is now a double top. Um, so this is ideal, but in the mumble jumble of life and trading, you're gonna miss sometimes the bottoms, right? So um, let's see. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting in here thing on this red candle, this crack, because I was thinking about it here, but now we're under VWAP. I like my risk level, and I made a line here to like the bottom of pre-market because it matched up with the top of this candle, the top of this candle, the top of this candle. This is actually lower than that line, right? So I felt comfortable. And then once we crack this, I mean, first of all, it was kind of wavering here, so it looked like it was making a double bottom in like the 42.35 range. But then once we crack, I know we're going downhill. Bumps its head at previous support, which now becomes resistance, confirming resistance, cracks again. And I'm like, you know what? I just made $141.50. And how many minutes was this? 9:49 to 10 minutes. I mean, this is fucking bozo crazy bullshit. Insanity, right? And confirming that I haven't lost my mojo at all. So I just decided, you know what? Let me just take these profits. I want to take my profits. This is literally a full day's wage in America. Let me take these profits because at the end of the day, this is a meme stock. So I'm not here to play around, but I know that it's having another red day. And another thing too, right here, right around here, the red day was at a 1 point something red, right? 1% red. So I was like, you know what? It could go green. Let me do the toggle green indicator. This was green. So we were kind of close, but I was too far. If I would have been here, right? And it's like 44 and my risk is like 46, that's like at least $50 of risk. It would have been $100 um if I did whatchamacallit, 100 shares, right? I was like, I don't know. But then with the crack and it became like 3, 4, 5%, I was like, all right, we're under VWAP. My risk is above VWAP. I don't really use VWAP anymore. I did VWAP after I placed my markers, you know. This may look confusing to people, but first I I go, okay, where is support? Where is resistance? And then I get really into the lines because I want to see where does the shit match up. The bottom of this matches up with this, so that is something. And it's not a surprise when it bumps its head at the same point again, even here. And whoop, okay? So that's kind of how I made my analysis today. A space. So Richard, is his name Richard Bronson? Richard Branson? Whatever his name is, he went into space successfully with a crew. And I was like, oh, space is probably going to do a comeback move because they were the first billionaire crew, because Jeff Bezos is in here, Elon Musk is in here, and now Richard Branson of Virgin Galactic is in here. I was like, so how is space, the stock, going to react to this news? And it has tanked today. So it looks like it's a buy the rumor, sell the news type of thing. But because they have now become the first, it's now a commercial space travel type of thing. So once it cracks 43, next support could be 38, especially these candles are matching up. But I am in at 53 on my retirement account. I did have a chance to sell before, so I'm just waiting for that to come back. And with this whole space race thing, maybe it will, maybe it won't, who knows. But I'm fine waiting for that. So as I'm watching a stock, I make lines where I see 2 points. So now this could be a reversal to VWAP around 43. So the thing is, I didn't want to wait for a reversal because it always could push back, right? When I really feel like a short is a short, I don't mind these kind of ebbs and flows. I sit through it. But because it's a meme stock, that's why I want to take my profits. I want to lock those profits in. I don't want to be greedy because this is generally a lower float. So I just don't want to take any chances. This is great profit margins. Like let's be real here, people. So you see, from my exit, it really only dipped another dollar, and now it's coming back exactly where it was. So that's it for today. I'm going to give this another like minute to show how kind of like a reversal can happen. And then where will it reverse to? So I take into consideration, okay, VWAP is there and we've got some candles. Do any of them match? I would say possibly right around here because these two match and it's slightly above VWAP. So that's where I would expect it to come back to. But I am now out of this play. So, yeah, that's generally why I have so many lines. It helps me. Or you know what? This is the bottom of a line, so it could be bumping its head on this line. Like I take lines into consideration a lot. Like the breaking of a line, the cracking of a line, it tells me a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at this, it's like, okay, we break this support line, and now it bumps its head right back at the same point. And where else does it happen? Pretty much here. This is a support line. We break this support line, bumps its head right back. So that is what I have learned about lines. And the reason why I learned this stuff about lines is like I learned this through trial and error almost. This cracking of the line. I knew cracking of the line and I knew breakout of lines meant something. So I always pay attention to that. Anyway, I'm rambling on. So this one is now looking like it's coming back from the 690s or maybe not, who knows. See, look at this line. I like this is a resistance point, which is now support, right? Bumps its head, bump, bump, bump. Okay, over. Okay, sits on it. Wee, doo, doo, doo. Sits on it. And are we going to crack or are we going to bounce? So lines are very important to me. Anywho, I gotta go. I hope you have a great day. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Okay. Mwah. Thank you so much. Bye.